Matthew 5:10. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. This is the 8th sentence in the Beatitudes. And this is Jesus stating that those who face persecution, those who face trouble, those who face oppression, who face difficulty, whether it be mockings, beatings, or just simply people trying to stop them, whatever kind of persecution you are facing for righteousness' sake, you are blessed because you are experiencing that. It is a blessing that you are going through that, which may seem counterintuitive, but it's so important that in the next 2 verses, Jesus goes on to explain more about how it is so blessed to be facing persecution for the sake of righteousness. You have to consider that it's very easy to want to do what is right when no one is going against you, and when everyone agrees with you. It's easy to want to do what's right when everyone is happy with you, when everyone is pleased with what you're choosing. But when you have people who are suddenly throwing insults at you, who are suddenly defaming you and abandoning you, treating you like an outcast, like an enemy, like a disgusting street dog, because you're trying to go against something that they refuse to stop doing, because you're trying to seek justice and righteousness in a way that they don't like, they don't want to have to deal with, whether that be from a government official or from a friend, from a higher power, some person in a position of authority, or just a person who has a corrupted heart, who doesn't want to have to face the fact of what they've done and what they're doing, doesn't want to be stopped. There's many different people who can give you trouble for pursuing righteousness. But once they start giving you trouble, it can be easy to draw back. It can be easy to look at the thing that you know is right, but to say, I'm going to push this off. I'm not going to deal with this right now because I don't want to, I don't want to touch anybody's buttons. I don't want to mess with people. I don't want to deal with that. But if you are able to persevere through the fact that you face opposition for seeking what is right, then there is great reward in that, because that shows integrity. It shows a willingness to say, no, I don't care what people think. I don't care who's going to stand in the way. I'm going to stand up for what is right. I'm going to do what is right. And don't get me wrong. If you're willing to seek what is right at all, then certainly that makes you more righteous than someone who wouldn't be willing to do that. But we as humans are not righteous on our own. We can only be righteous through God's strength. And only through God's strength can we find that willingness, can we find that integrity, that perseverance to say, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep doing what's right and saying what's right and fighting for what's right, even when there's people who disagree, who oppose, who refuse. And Jesus explains in the next 2 verses, after this verse, that the reason that those who face persecution for righteousness' sake are so blessed is because they are undergoing the same things that the prophets of old went through. When they proclaimed the judgment of God, when they told people that they were screwing up, that they needed to repent, they needed to turn around, they were persecuted, they were mocked, they were flogged, and they were killed. And so, whenever you go through something like that, you are facing the same penalty that those prophets did, those righteous men did. And so God is building up righteousness in you, and that is a great blessing. If you want to start walking in righteousness with God today, pray this prayer with me. Father, thank you that you died on the cross so that I could live. Please help me to turn away from my sin and to be made righteous.